So in the first one, you're looking at a base of t. There's step 1, power of 3, step 2, and then the index of 4 becomes the denominator of that rational power. So there would be your rational power form. Okay, B, same idea. Take your base of x, your power of 2, but it's in the denominator, so you need to assign it a negative 2. The index is 5. So there would be your rational power. Okay, the next base, or the next problem, you have a base of x, a power of 6, an index of 2. Well, what do you need to do with this? 6 halves can be reduced to x cubed. And now, you have to also be able to recognize that in rational powers, a denominator represents your index. So anytime your denominator is an odd number, you don't need to worry about it. But if the denominator is an even number, what do you have to consider the possibility of in simplifying your radicals? Okay. What do we have to consider if the index is even? That the number might require what? Absolute values. Okay, so let's test this. So if we look at this original form, if x is a negative when taken to an even power becomes a positive, could you take the square root of that? Yeah, so it fits. You can have a negative in for x, so we need to test that in this simplified form. If x was a negative in this simplified form and then we cubed it, would that guarantee our answer would never be negative? No, so what do we need around the x here? Absolute values. So even with rational powers, you need to be able to recognize that an even denominator represents an even indexed root. And then the final example, we have our base of t, our power of 7, our index of 2. Again, remember the unwritten index of a square root is a 2. Okay, now, when you're just asked to convert from one form to the next, you don't always have to simplify what you're looking at. You can have an improper fraction as your rational power. So you could leave this as t to the 7 halves. And now, if you were working to simplify this radical, so if we were looking here at the square root of t to the 7th, the way that you would simplify it is how many groups of 2 can you remove from 7? You can remove 3 groups of 2, so that comes out as a t cubed. And then how many t's would be left inside the radical if you removed 3 groups of 2? 1. And so this would be your simplified form, which means t cubed times t to the 1/2 is technically another way that you could express that. But if you're just being asked to convert forms, you can leave an improper fraction in your power.